Hello and welcome to my channel. You are the one where we talk all things law of assumption, and I'm a little bit excited. You may notice there's a new background just for something different, and also it ties into what we are talking about today, which is to assume a new background based on a story that Neville Goddard shares in many of his books, and that's what we're talking about today, so stick around. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. And for those of you who are not new, welcome back. My name is Hedley Derenzie. I'm a qualified life coach, I'm an author, and as many of you already know by now, I am super passionate about the amazing teachings of the law of assumption as originally taught by the great American mystic Neville Goddard. It is the stories that we tell that create our reality. So if you want to change any part of your reality, it helps to know how to change the story. And if you would like to create the most amazing reality, it helps to know how to tell the most amazing stories. And that's where these teachings can really help. And that's why I'm here. I want to help you to tell the most amazing stories that we can possibly imagine up. If you would like support with this, I'm available for coaching. I have online coaching, I have personal coaching, and I have a free 21-day set yourself up with the ultimate self-concept course, which is the ultimate story you want to be telling. All of those details you'll find in the box below, and I think that's it. Let's get into it. Okay, today I am so excited to be here because my new background's arrived, and I had already planned this video prior to my backgrounds arriving because I wasn't really happy with the last background, and I just kind of was playing around with different ideas as to what I could do, and then I just found these amazing backgrounds and I was like, oh my god, this is so fun. So I'm kind of indulging my little performer girl in me who used to love acting and performing and doing all of those things when I was little. So this is so much fun for me. And it kind of coincides with a milestone that I've reached thanks to you, and that is 2,000 subscribers. Thank you to each and every one of you for showing up, because if it wasn't for you, I don't know if I'd be doing this. Maybe I would, but then it does help to know that people are watching and enjoying my videos. So what it does is it kind of inspires me to keep kind of pushing myself forward. And I wasn't happy with the last background, and so I thought, what else could I do? And then I can't remember how I came across this, and I just thought, oh, this is awesome. So I ordered it. It took forever to arrive. And then I'd planned this video because I was listening to Neville, and he was talking about this story around assuming a new background. And then this arrived, and I was like, this is perfect, as it always seems to fall into place. Yeah, so thank you so much to everyone for watching my videos, for commenting, for participating, but most importantly, for doing this work, because the better your life gets, the better life gets for every single person in your movie. And this just spreads, and then people are kind of like, wow, you look so great, or your life seems to be going so well. What are you doing? And then you're like, well, actually, I've been listening to a lot of Neville Goddard's teachings, or I've been practicing the law of assumption, or I've been watching these videos. And hey, all you need to do is to change the story that you're telling. You can actually tell a new story because the brain doesn't know the difference between what it sees and what it imagines. And you get to choose what your brain sees. And you can choose to focus on what it sees in your reality, or you can choose to create a new one by creating a new one in your imagination and then waiting for it to get solidified and hardened into fact. That's how these teachings work. It's awesome. Anyway, so this is all very fun for me, and I just love the fact that my backgrounds arrived as I was planning for this video. So I want to share with you a story that Neville talks about in his, I can't remember which book it is. He actually talks, in fact, I think it was one of his lectures, doesn't matter. He shares this story a few times. And so Neville Goddard, he comes from a family of, a big family of about 10 children, and so 12, I think, all up. So he had 10 brothers and sisters. And as he says in his words, he didn't come from any background. So the Goddard name was not, I think his mother married his dad, and his dad was not of any sort of significance or importance. But what his mother did as they were growing up, if they behaved badly or they did something that was out of character or something like that, his mum would always say to him and brothers and sisters, have you forgotten that you're a Goddard? Now, what it did for those kids, that question assumed that they came from some kind of importance, that the Goddard name was significant. Now, they didn't know what the Goddard name meant. In fact, it didn't mean anything. There was no background, there was no importance, there was no wealth, there was no status. They didn't come from any status or, wealth or anything like that. So there was no background in Neville's words. We didn't come from any background. But what that question did, it assumed a level of importance to the Goddard name, and because they had the Goddard name, that meant that they were somehow important. They didn't know how. What was interesting about that family is that each one of those children went on to be of significant position in their community. A lot of Neville's brothers went on to be very successful and very wealthy. Neville himself, as we know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for his ability to stand up in front of crowds of people and to share these amazing teachings. So that question that his mother said to them implied a level of importance, and that was an assumption that they all took on unwittingly, unknowingly. They just assumed that the Goddard name was somehow important. Now, I love that story because it's a wonderful example of how these teachings work, meaning that it is the assumptions that you hold in consciousness that get pushed out and reflected back in your reality. So I've actually been playing with this, and I've been having a bit of fun with it, and I've been adapting it. Like all of these teachings, you adapt it to yourself. So I've been adapting this question. I started off going, have you forgotten your Hedley Derenzie? And that was kind of fun. But then what I've done is I've just simplified it to, have you forgotten who you are? And I'll just say that to myself throughout the day. I've just been saying that to myself. Have you forgotten who you are? Have you forgotten that you are God? Have you forgotten that you are the cause and creator of your reality? So I've been saying that. I've been having a lot of fun with myself. This is how I get my kicks these days. And I have been repeating that to myself. And I tell you what it does. And look, with everything that Neville teaches and with everything I'm talking about in these videos, you go and test it out for yourself. Go and put it into practice, apply it to your life and see if it works, adapt it, play around with it until it feels like it kind of fits like a brand new shirt or a brand new dress. Like just try it on and see how it fits and see how it feels. And then, see what happens. This is a game of exploration and trial and error and seeing what works for you. And as I said, this has been really fun. Have you forgotten how amazing you are? Have you forgotten how powerful you are? Have you forgotten how wealthy you are? I love this idea of assuming a new background. And this question, have you forgotten, implies that you already know and you've just forgotten. So even if you're not something, let's say you want to assume a level of importance. Let's say you've been feeling insignificant, or you feel like you're unprioritized, or you feel whatever. Ask yourself the question, have you forgotten how important you really are? Have you forgotten that you're God? Have you forgotten that you are the Imagineer of your reality? Have you forgotten that you are the cause and creator of your life experience here on earth? Have you forgotten? It implies that you already know who it is and you've just forgotten, but now you can remember. So I thought that was really fun. I think it's a wonderful technique to try. And talk to yourself like this. You don't need anyone to do this for you. You can do it to yourself and just play with it, have fun with it, have fun with yourself. This is all a game. This is all an experiment. This is an experience. Have fun, try it all out, see what works, adapt if it doesn't quite feel right, and assume whatever it is that you want to be. Assume the background, assume that you are already that person, assume that you are that background, assume that you already have that background. Have you forgotten that you're whoever you are? Have you forgotten that you are that important? Have you forgotten that you are amazing? Have you forgotten? Because you are. It's fun. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Try it out, give it a go, and report back in the comments. I love reading your comments. Thank you very much. As always, please remember that you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. And this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, and comment on this video. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.